NBA Friday is here, and I have my 4 favorite free plays for you all for tonight, this Friday. All right, but before we get into tonight's picks for this Friday, quick recap of our Thursday plays. We did go 2-2. Well, the last play still in session. Lou Dort's game, I think, is wrapping up here, but it looks like he's not going to hit his line. Him and Kelly Oubre both go under. Joel Embiid, our best play of the night, goes over on his PRA. Over 42.5. He went for 50, so he had a monster game. That's 5 straight over that line for him. So, incredible night there. So, 2-2 on the night. We are still on a 10-2 run in our last 12 picks. And what are we now? I think that makes us 26. I think I was 29-6 over my last few. 29-6. I'll have to check that. But anyways, great run on the NBA right now for the past week or so. Honestly, 2 weeks, honestly, at this point. But 10-2 run as of recently, doing much better. We cashed out both on these two four-mans in the NBA on Tuesday and Wednesday. So these past 2 days, we went cashed out for 6x here, and then the next night literally cashed out for 10x there. Back-to-back nights. 2-2 this night, so not quite on the mark there. Would have been cool to go three nights in a row hitting, but anyways, we're moving on. And for tonight's picks, you can get them on Novig. Get them on Novig. And Novig's doing a really nice offer for new users that have not signed up to Novig yet. When you use my code TEACH10 to sign up, you'll get a 50% deposit match and up to $25 max for free, all right? So when you deposit $25 into the app, you'll get $50 cash to play with. Really cool. New up-and-coming platform Novig is. You may or may not have heard about it, but I've been loving it, taking a few picks on there here and there. So having a lot of fun on Novig. I'm also having a lot of fun taking picks on Chalkboard. Chalkboard has been incredible. Guys, Chalkboard has an incredible offer. When you guys use my code TEACH10 to sign up to Chalkboard, you'll actually get a free pick and a 100% deposit match. Also, Chalkboard hands out daily profit boosts every day. They do these fun card pack openings where you can open profit boosts. Really cool. They also give out 50% profit boosts decently often. So go check that out. You can boost out your lineups big time on there. So both the links for Novig and Chalkboard will be in the description below, along with any other links. Sorry, I can't talk tonight. Feeling weird. But nevertheless, enough yapping. Let's move on to these picks for Friday. Starting us off with my favorite play of the night. It is Shaedon Sharpe over 30.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Here's why I love this play for Shaedon Sharpe. All right. In his last 10 games, he's gone over this line 8 out of 10 times, averaging 31.5 over those 10 games. So just a point over this line that it's set at in the last 10 games. So nothing super convincing, but has been pretty good, pretty solid. It's really just these 2 games where he just kind of falls off a little bit every now and then. But he strung 5 solid games together going 30+. Just came off a game against the Wizards. The Wizards are not very good, I understand, but he had 37 combined, had 30-point game there. His first and only of the last 10 games. So that's something to be excited about. Yes, it is the Wizards, and the Wizards suck, but nevertheless, still an NBA team that he is going against. But a much tougher opponent comes to this Friday night against the New York Knicks, who, as you can see here overall, are top 10 in all 3 major categories, right? 8th in points allowed, 5th in rebounds allowed, 4th in assists allowed. Just a very solid team defensively and overall as well. But against shooting guards, they tend to struggle a little bit more. You see worse than 50% of the league in points allowed, giving up nearly 28 points per game to shooting guards. That is huge for us. That is going to be a big help and a big reason why Shaedon Sharpe goes over this line. They're top 10 in rebounds allowed, still giving up 8 rebounds a game to shooting guards, and 19th in the league in assists allowed, giving up over 6.5 assists per game to shooting guards. So some decently favorable stats for us against a very tough New York Knicks defense. makes me feel really good about this line for Shaden Sharp and how he's been playing as of recently. And as you can see here, as you can see, for Shaden Sharp, what I really loved about this play, if we look at the head-to-head matchup against the Knicks, he's gone over all 3 times that he has played the Knicks, right? They've actually lost by 1, lost by a bunch. What was that, 17? Lost by 17, and then won by, 9 points. So they've lost 2, won 1. Doesn't matter. Shaden Sharp still goes over this line. Now, granted, doesn't go very much higher over this line, right? 32, 2 games of 32 and 1 game with 33, so very consistently just over the line, but nevertheless over the line, right? Getting 21 points, 23 points, 23 points, good mix of rebounds and assists as well, so kind of doing a little bit of all of it against the Knicks, so that makes me feel much more confident about this. The dude plays almost, that's in the last 10. Dude's playing like 33 minutes a game, double-digit rebound chances as well, shooting 47% from the field, 36% from 3, so not shooting the best is where we would want for a pick, but still he's been putting up the points, taking a ton of shots as well, so the volume is there for him to go over. So that's why I love this play for the first play of the night. All right, pick number 2, it's Saddiq Bey over 25.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Saddiq Bey has only gone over 25.5 in 4 of his last 10 games. Now, he's had 2 games where he's at 25, right? So if you were to put it down to 24.5, which I think is where the line opened, you'd be 6 out of 10. So, and he's had 2 games where he's at 23. So when he misses, he's had a few games he's close, couple games he's not there. But the last 3 games are really what's impressed me. A 36-point game from him, crazy. 24-point game, and then a 16-point game, but he had a double-double, back-to-back double-doubles, actually, with rebounds. And he has some assists sprinkled in there. So 44, 38, and 34 combined over the last 3 games. We'd love to see that. Also, the Pelicans are going up against a very bad, well, I didn't say very bad, but bad, Memphis Grizzlies team, who are 19th in points allowed, 22nd in rebounds allowed, and 18th in assists allowed as well. And against small forwards, they're much worse. 22nd in the league in points allowed, giving up over 22 points per game. They're the worst team in the league in rebounds allowed to the small forwards, and they're 26th in the league in assists allowed to small forwards. Seeing a bunch of green right there on the right side. A very favorable matchup for Saddiq Bey, who's on a heater in his last 3 games. Match made in heaven. Player that's on a heater who has a very favorable matchup against a bad team. It's usually always a match made in heaven. Looking at this season for Saddiq Bey, he's hitting this about 40%. That's where he's at in his last 10. He did have a stretch where he hit this line 7 straight games, but he kind of goes in streaks, as you can see, and he seems to be on the up and up with this one. So we're riding the wave. We're riding the Saddiq Bey wave, okay? Plays over 30 minutes a game, shooting 44% from the field, but shoots 42% from 3, so that's really good. And the rebound chances and some assist chances are there as well. So, like this play for Saddiq Bey, and this is a great matchup for him coming into this game on a little bit of a heater. So, love that for play number 2. For play number 3, we have Paolo Banchero over 22.5 points. Real simple with this one. He's gone over this line in 7 of his last 10 games where he's averaging a little over 24 points per game. So, nothing crazy over, right? He's had a few games where doesn't even crack, 17 points or 20 points at all. So that kind of is a little discouraging, but he's gone over his points line in 4 straight games, right? 2 back-to-back games with 30-plus points. That's very good. I really like that. Similar to Saddiq Bey, last few games, really, really good. Going up against the Toronto Raptors, who are the 6th best team in terms of points allowed. And at the power forward position, they're top 12, allowing 21.5 points per game to power forward. So just short of where this line is at, but it's Paolo Banchero, one of the best power forwards in the league, a star player for the Magic. So I still like his chances to go over. Also, head-to-head, he's gone over all 4 times he's played against the Raptors. Excuse me. with 26 points, 23 points, a 41-point performance, and another 23-point performance matched in there. So Paolo Banchero's getting his when he's playing against the Raptors for whatever reason it is. Shooting 57% against the Raptors on 17 attempts is crazy. 52% from three is also crazy. So I'll take that. Over 22.5 in 4 of his last 5 games at home, where he's averaging 23 points. So again, just very consistent. Nothing crazy where he's blowing you out of the water with his points. But he's just getting the job done. That's all he has to do, right? All it takes is one, right, to go over. So that's that for play number 3. Heading into our final play, which is RJ Barrett over 19.5 points and rebounds. Here's what I like about this play for RJ Barrett. He's gone over this line of points and rebounds 7 of his last 10 games, where he's averaging 23.2 points and rebounds over the last 10. He's had a 5-game stretch in there where he went over all 5 games in a row, and then he missed, and then has gone over in his last 2 games with 20 and 22 combined over the last 2 against the Thunder and against the Knicks. So 2 very tough opponents where he's gone back-to-back over on that. So that's very convincing, right? Now going up against the Magic at the small forward position, they're about middle of the pack in terms of how they defend small forwards at the points and rebounds, giving up about 21 points per game to small forwards and a little over 7 rebounds. So a decent matchup, nothing crazy favorable, but a good matchup for RJ Barrett to go over this line, right? And you can kind of do a little bit of both. You know, obviously you're going to get most of it with the points, right? And he's capable of putting up like a high 20s point game here and there. But really you're looking for like that sweet spot of like 16 points and like 7 or 8 rebounds, right? That's what's really going to get the job done. Now, obviously we would love for him to go over with just the points and make it a whole lot easier, but he gets his rebounds too. So I think we'll be just fine with this play. Plays about 26 minutes per game in his last 10. Double-digit rebound chances in those 10 games on average. Shooting 45% on 14 attempts, 35% from 3 on 5 attempts per game. Not the best and doesn't really shoot free throws well, although he doesn't really get to the line a ton, but still like for him to go over, and the rebounds are going to help out there as well. So a favorable matchup for RJ Barrett. I like him in this spot in this game. Okay, now let's quickly recap these 4 plays before we get on out of here. All right. Starting with Shaedon Sharpe, over 30.5 points, rebounds, and assists. This is my favorite play of the night. Saddiq Bey, over 25.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Paolo Banchero, over 22.5 points. RJ Barrett, over 19.5 points and rebounds. So those are my 4 plays. Guys, if you are not on Pikkit yet, you guys need to sign up to Pikkit. It syncs up all of your sports books in one spot so you can see all of your combined records and your balances as well, so you don't have to go juggle through all your apps and see where all your money's at in your accounts or how you're doing record-wise on each different sportsbook app. Pikkit will do all that for you. They want new users to sign up so bad, they are actually going to pay you to sign up. No subscription fee you got to sign up for. There's no catch, no one-time fee you have to pay. They are just paying you, right? $3 or $100 directly to your Venmo or PayPal. All you have to do, download the Pikkit app, use my code TEACH10 to sign up and sync up a sportsbook to the app that has at least 10 or more bets placed on it, and you will get that deposit. So free chance at $100. I don't know about you guys, but I love free money, and I'm sure you do too. So go sign up. All right, thank you all so much for watching. If you did enjoy today's video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. Give me feedback. What do you want out of my picks? Maybe you want different picks in different sports. Maybe you want hockey picks or something. I don't know. I'll change it up. I'll give the people what they want. I'm just here to have fun and bet on sports, right? Obviously, all my picks are for education and entertainment purposes only, all right? It's all just for fun and games. It's for the love of the game, all right? Don't take it too seriously, guys, all right? And gamble responsibly, all right? And I will see you in tomorrow, Saturday. We might do NBA picks or we might do college basketball picks. We'll see. But basketball picks tomorrow. Stay tuned.